this is, I know that you've got this one. Oh, What a Shame, Roy Wood in the picture too. And I've just dropped the record and the iPad. So that was really good.
You're really making a go for it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to re-record that.
Be the worst record handler on YouTube.
Hi, and welcome back to the Harri and Marcus video podcast, where this week we're doing, as we said, and we're doing a show and tell. We're showing some of what we brought recently, and in my case, not so recently. Mine are going to be, there's a couple of that aren't, but mainly going to be ABBA and Wham, because that's what I collect. Marcus's are going to be a lot more varied. I'll go first with a 12-inch by ABBA. Oops, I just knocked over my other ABBA one. The Winner Takes It All, which Marcus got me off, what's it again?
Discogs,
actually, yeah. Nice picture on the back of the four of them looking very sexy with, is it Anna Fried? Yeah, Anna Fried having her skirt lifted up by Benny, showing her legs. And when you open it up in the middle, it pops up. And you have a pop-up of the four ABBA members and the word ABBA. I like the song Winner Takes It All.
be good back for target practice.
Yeah. On Epic Records, it's been called, one of the saddest breakup songs, and it's also been called quite a cruel one because Bjorn wrote it 6 months after him and Agneta got divorced, and then he made her sing it. So such is life. But she did say that it helped her get over the divorce and helped her come to terms with it by sort of airing their grievances in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
But interestingly...
the royalties from it must have helped as well.
Oh, definitely. And a year later, the other two got divorced, and they said that it didn't affect their working relationships, and 18 months later, they split up. So obviously you can't divorce your wife and carry on working with her. But or maybe you can, but they couldn't. But they are back together again now and making lots and lots of money with their avatars and their albums and everything. So there's a happy ending for them at least.
I was thinking today with your newfound fandom for ABBA, will you go and see that show?
I'd actually like to go and see it because the reviews I've read of it on YouTube are that it's really, really good. And it'd be interesting to see what it's like because lots of bands...
Nice seeing the crowd dancing and stuff there. Must be lovely.
Well, apparently a lot of other bands, including the Stones, have shown interest in it. And they're also talking about doing it with bands that are no longer around, like the Beatles. And I'm not sure how they do that because with ABBA, they had to actually film them.
AI.
Yeah. But it'd be interesting to see what it was like and what the sound quality was like and the visual quality, as it's something new. But
go and see that or go to a dentist. I think I'd rather go to a dentist.
Yeah, well, you get the dentist and I'll go to the ABBA Arena in Docklands or wherever it is. But it's on for about another 2 years and it's sold out. So if I do go and see it, it's going to be a long way away. So what's your first one?
Oh, sorry, I was so interested hearing that. Good, because I've got a mixed bag here. I've got some 45s, LPs, some 12.
I was going to try and do a little sort of sing a little funky riff of like Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, but make it as Marcus has got a real mixed bag, but I couldn't get into the rhythm. So.
Also, and I've got some 78s. So there is a mixed bag, and a couple of them have changed since our ghost version of this show the other day.
Oh, yes, I was just mentioned that. We have actually recorded the whole of this show, only to play it back and realise that it only recorded the last 20 seconds. So this that was a good dummy run, and now this is the actual thing. And I've changed one as well since as well. So
cool. Okay. Yeah, all right. First one. Let me know I'm doing this at the right distance.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's not blurring. That's not
all right.
blurring.
I know you showed this on Instagram the other day, but didn't you have a German copy or something?
Yeah, mine was a German copy, a German copy.
This is the Tamla version.
Yeah.
From 1967, got to number 15, I think. And what it is, the Supremes Go-Go. What an excellent album it is. I have to admit, I've listened to it on Spotify, where they've got the deluxe, the super deluxe version on there, which is amazing. It's got them doing a load of other classic Tamla songs, because you know what happened there. The Supremes, Diana Ross, had first dibs for every song.
Yeah.
So they did versions of everything, and a lot of them didn't find their way onto vinyl. But it's great. It's got same old song and stuff like that they're doing. Sugar Pie, all the Four Tops ones. They've got their versions of it. They've got them doing Satisfaction. It's a real mixed bag, but really worth listening to on Spotify.
I'll give it a listen.
Super Deluxe. Really enjoyed listening to it. They're called, it's very, very worth listening to. But this album's good as well.
My one I put away again. It's about roughly here where my fingers touch me, but I won't bother pulling it out to look at the track listing. I'll let you. What big songs are on there?
Sorry?
So what big, well-known songs by other artists are on there?
I won't be able to read it, I'm afraid.
All right, okay. I was going to say mine's about here, but I can't remember where I put it. After I photographed it for Instagram, I meticulously filed it. You know how good my filing system is. It's excellent.
Absolutely. It puts my one to shame.
It's somewhere around here, because there's Give Us a Wink by The Sweet, and I photographed that as well, so it's somewhere around there.
It would probably take me, to find a 45, it would probably take me just the logistics of getting the boxes out. I could find any single in 10 minutes. And you must be down to seconds. You must be down to seconds.
Mine are so meticulously filed in the front room, the bedroom, the cupboard. Give me 5 days.
Bags.
There's a bag in the kitchen. I forgot was there. It's been at the bottom of the pile for the last 2 years, and who knows what's in it, but it's meticulously filed.
In the UK, A&M.
Yeah.
In there, aren't they? Well, what Beatles Please Me stereo album?
Oh yeah, I had that. What do you call it? You had
the stereo album. First pressing.
I made a fruit bowl because it's so novel. Because
the gold lettering.
Well, it's not only that, but you think about it. If anyone's going to have that album, they're going to have it in their vinyl collection. How many people would have that as a fruit bowl? It's like totally and utterly
unique.
Unique.
That came up on the Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
They saying what a fine use of a Bunsen burner.
Yeah. Bloody hell, Bunsen burners. I haven't thought about them for years.
How did you make it into a fruit bowl then? Or did you put it on the oven?
Oh yeah. I just throw it over the oven till it's and then I sort of use my fists to sort of mould it, because I'm quite artistic like that. I've got magic hands. My next one, sticking with the ABBA theme, which I'll do. I'll do it by since I've got lots by one artist. Is ABBA the album, which went with ABBA the movie, which, as all huge ABBA fans like you will know, was a movie of their tour of Australia. I don't know if I can't see the picture. I'm only in the corner of the screen, but above my head, where I'm pointing now, is the UK version framed on the wall. Because I had a couple of them, and that's got a blue background. This has got a white background, the same as the DVD and the film poster. printed in there with lyrics, which I don't think the UK one had, because the reason I brought this one is because it's the Swedish one on Polar. My idea, as I said in our run through, was going to be, now I've more or less, apart from the expensive stuff, got all the other stuff. It's to see when any Polar stuff comes up, buy it and try and have this little collection of not, like the rare stuff, like the early 60s stuff, but the hit stuff on both UK Epic and on Swedish Polar. So that was ABBA the album, which was the album soundtrack to ABBA the movie, and now you're going to hit us with your next bit of shellac or vinyl or whatever.
Well, my last one was some artists sort of dancing in a picture. These ones aren't quite dancing, but they're all together on the screen, and not quite as a handsome a bunch.
Oh, so, yeah, much more handsome.
The Sex Pistols, with No One Is Innocent, and the marvellous My Way, which is always my preferred song on that.
And as I said last time, and but no one will know because they didn't see it.
No one knows because I did. Yeah. We haven't even seen it.
No, I always found that the first four, I think it was four Pistols singles, and the whole start of the Pistols thing, it was really exciting, the whole punk thing. Yeah. But by the time they got to the Sid Vicious, Eddie Cochran covers, and Ronnie Biggs singing about God bless the Sex Pistols, it almost became like they were a parody of themselves. It was a bit. I mean, McLaren was just. In fact, he was doing what he said. Yeah, but he was doing what he said he was going to do. He was ripping the public off and making money. I mean, what was that last line that Johnny Rotten said as he walked off the stage in Winterland? And then he before he quit the group, ever felt you've been had? And then he walked off the stage, and then that was it. The group were over. And I suppose Malcolm McLaren just carried it on. But old Johnny, as I said last time, seems to be a very.
He's gone on. Since, he only had a new album out this year.
Yeah,
pretty good. Listen to it on Spotify.
Did the single for Europe?
To the first couple of tracks, but they were both pretty good. So
you were always a much bigger Pill fan than me, but you really liked it. You got their 10 box, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the metal box here, and it's recently. It's not in the ones to show here, but I finally got the newspaper.
Oh yeah.
Sleeve back in nice condition, which is so difficult to get all these years after. So when we do another show, I might dig that out, perhaps, and do some sort of Sex Pistols singles I've got.
Well, it's like we said before.
I haven't got a great collection at the moment, but I have.
Yeah, but it's like we said before. It's sort of, or you said in fact, after the Pistols stopped being a really great band after Lydon left. So, and although when you look back, if you put Johnny Rotten interview into YouTube and you look at all the early interviews from 77, 78, he was just an obnoxious little, brat, basically, just, being awkward to the interviewers and telling them to rip off. But nowadays, he's a fairly intelligent, articulate bloke who, he seems like a really nice bloke. He turns up on Loose Women and This Morning and things like that. And I got nothing but admiration for him for the way he cared for his wife for all those years. But so he's, it's strange how things turn out. I wonder what Strummer would be doing now if he hadn't died, if he'd still expect. I guess he'd still be making music.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. You tend to know a bit more of the Sex Pistols as you've got films, you've got books, stuff like that, but I don't really know much about the Clash. Strummer came from the 101ers.
Yeah.
Was it? And Mick Jones, London FM, was it?
I think so. Yeah, all I know about Strummer is, apart from the 101ers, he wasn't like a working class.
Roads. It's Bernie Rhodes saw McLaren and the Sex Pistols and had wanted to do something similar.
Yeah.
So he started London FM, AM, whatever it's called, which then morphed into the Clash and into Generation X, because Tony James was in London FM.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I mean, with the Clash stuck to their guns, I mean, they said they wouldn't mime on Top of the Pops, and they never appeared on Top of the Pops. There's that famous clip of, was it Legs and Co, whatever, they were dancing to Bank Robber, and they're all behind the bars and dancing, and it was quite comical. But then it was quite comical when they, in that 1975 edition, when they were dancing to Space Odyssey, because what the hell they were dancing to, but it wasn't Space Odyssey. They were just
because it was number one. So I've had to do something. Okay, mate.
I've been watching the Kenny Everett video, as you know, I've told you, the Kenny Everett video shows, and some of the music acts have been quite good, like the Pretenders and Squeeze and things like that. But every week they have hot gossip on, but it's after Sarah Brightman had left. But I was watching it and I turned the sound down the other day, and I don't know if it's just me because I'm not a dance expert, but they didn't look that impressive to me. They just looked like they were sort of like all.
Unlike Penn's people.
Pardon?
Unlike who would always give you a clue because they'd have some bars there.
Yeah. Or they'd have like the dogs for Get Down, like you're a bad dog baby, and whatever. Anyway, my next one is there's two records here. There's only one of them I'm showing. It's Careless Whisper by George Michael. Part of my Wham collection.
No, quickly. This did get to number 7 in 1978.
Oh, right.
I didn't.
I was just about to say I haven't got a clue with this one. Got to, of course I do. We've got to number 1. Careless Whisper, the Jerry Wexler remix, which you informed me the other day is something to do with A&M Records. Is it?
No, he's from Atlantic.
Atlantic, right. But that I just got this.
Worked with Aretha Franklin.
Oh, that makes sense because George Michael did that single with Aretha Franklin 2 years after this. That's the original one that we all know and love that have got it and got to number 1. This one was a DJ-only remix by Jerry Wexler, which I have now played since we last showed it because I said I was going to listen to it. And it's basically Careless Whisper with a bit of stuff on the end and a bit of stuff in the middle and the beats, a few little extra beats. So it's all right, but I still prefer the original. Good song, and I suppose quite incredible because although it came out at the end of Wham, it was written, it's one of the first songs they wrote. They were 13 when they wrote it. As George Michael once said, that people keep going on about how he wrote Careless Whisper at 13. He said if you heard the version of it when we were 13, he said that you wouldn't be that impressed. It was bloody awful. He said that it's nothing like the finished version.
Remember the song that we wrote, You Got Me Rocking. We wrote that back in, when was it, 75?
75, yeah.
76. I mean, I'm not saying anything, there's no accusations, but I know other bands have now come up with songs of that title.
Stones and Slade,
Boy Racer is another one. I'm not casting aspersions, but it's come up with other artists since we produced them.
Our one had the Glitter Band Stomp, whereas Stones was just their normal sort of wimpish, Stone stuff,
Yeah.
There was no competition.
Nothing glam at all about it.
And talking to glam, what's your next one?
All right. So I've done an LP and a 12-inch, so let's do a 78. Right.
I'm going to disappear from the screen for a second because I just realised you said I've done an LP and a 12-inch, and I suddenly thought, shit, I'm meant to have a CD. Where is it? And it's over there on the sofa. I won't be saying.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, this one's Doris Day, and it's the Black Hills of Dakota, and just blew in from the Windy City.
Is that one from
Calamity Jane?
Oh yeah, Calamity Jane. Yeah.
They're both from Calamity Jane. Got to 1954, I think this is a hit. Got to about number 7, I think. So I got a whole pile of 78s from a local charity shop the other day. Walked in there looking for some singles or an album, and you see all these brown paper sleeves and 78s, and they're all good, mostly chart ones. So that's a good buy.
Obviously, someone clearing out their parents' collection.
Nice condition.
Yes, yeah.
Seems pretty nice. I always put them into these card sleeves when I come get back from buying them, because I had some terrible disasters. I remember smashing a half a sixpence by Tom & Steele on 78. It must have 62 or something. Oh, that's been worth a bomb. That, because it's really late for a 78 in the UK. So I guess that'd have been worth a bit because of the age of it. And Dickie Valentine one I smashed, and there's horrible ones I've now broken, but there we go.
I've smashed an Elvis Presley and a Buddy Holly one, but I don't remember doing it because apparently I was about 5 and I sat on the chair and my brother had put his 78s on the chair. But he didn't let me forget it for a long time. I was about 20 and he was still reminding me of that.
There's still no TV mails, don't you?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Doris Day. I clicked on a YouTube video about her a couple of weeks ago. I forgot to say last time we recorded, and it was quite interesting about her life story. But what was most interesting was the last 10 years. She went Zaza Gabor, whatever it is. Was it Greta Garbo? Totally alone. Didn't see anyone. And when she died, she didn't want any fuss whatsoever at all. So it was almost like when Bowie died and he was cremated 2 days later with no one there, not even Iman. And then his ashes were sent over to be scattered in the Ganges. No one knows where Doris is. She's not got a grave marked, and she just wanted it that way. She wanted it to be so. She just wanted her sort of totally private, which is seems to be a lot of Freddie Mercury did it. A lot of stars. Because if you don't do that, if you're a big star, it becomes like a circus. Like Michael Jackson's funeral wasn't really a funeral. It was a show. There were, people singing, and there was, gold coffins, and there was all sorts. It was like, but I suppose whatever floats your boat. Is it my go? Yeah. Right.
Yes.
So I am now going to go. What have I got here? 3 Wham. So we'll do the Whams, and then we'll go back to ABBA. This is another one you got me, which is the picture disc of I'm Your Man, which has got I'm Your Man.
To listeners who think I'm this generous person getting you all these records, I'll get them on your behalf because you can't figure out how to use Discogs.
Well, no, the actual fact that I sent you the money and you buy them for me because in about 2013, 14, when I first had my Discogs, I thought I'll sell on Discogs as well as eBay and make a bit of money. And then something happened, I don't know what, but something didn't get posted, and now my seller account is blocked.
Very unusual for you.
Yeah.
Very unusual for you.
Very unusual for me. So my seller account on Discogs is blocked. I can't buy or sell. So if I see something, or if you sent me that one of the singles that will be coming up a bit later, you sent me a text saying, this is only £3, but I couldn't buy it, so I had to send you the £3, and you brought it. But this is one of those ones. Wham! I'm Your Man picture disc, which has got I'm Your Man, Do It Right, and I'm Your Man a cappella, and and an instrumental version, 4 tracks. With George on one side and Andrew on the other. I'm Your Man wasn't a bad single. It was that the last one? I'm Your Man. It was the one.
You're the expert, mate. You're the collector.
It was I'm Your Man. I think it was the last one, yeah, because After I'm Your Man was a different corner, and that was him solo. So so that's I'm Your Man pictures. Nice, in a plain plastic sleeve, the original one, obviously, because it's got a few splits down the side. And you're going to go with your next one.
All right. Okay, so I've done a 12-inch, I've done a 78. So I need an EP or a 45 now, don't I?
If you want to play it in juggling around, yeah.
I don't want that. Oh, right. Here we go then. It's got I'll take it out, it's plastic sleeve. Marlon Brando.
Oh, right. That was there last time.
No, from 1956. Got to number 19, I think, in the singles chart. It's from songs from Guys and Dolls, and Marlon's marvellous voice singing A Woman in Love. And
well, obviously I knew he was in Guys and Dolls, but I didn't know he had a chart hit over there. So
yeah.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, I collect EPs sort of anyway, but
that is a slight understatement. You've got every EP that was a hit, haven't you? Or nearly everyone.
I've got every record retailer hit EP from 1960 to 1967 when it ended, and I've almost picked up all the ones which hit the top 20 from, I think this is probably the earliest one to make the top 20.
Are you bothering with any of the late odd ones, like the Genesis, but the Pigeon EP and that? Or not?
Well, I've got that.
All right.
You know, I'm obviously collecting all of them. I've got the Brian Ferry ones, stuff like that, and I've got a lot of them on my list to collect. So at the end of the day, I'll have them all up to 1979. I'm really bemused because I know there's ones I've got, like, you know, the Nazareth.
Yeah.
I've definitely got that, but it's not on my list. I'm sure if I go to where I keep my main bulk of records, I've probably got 2 copies of that.
Yeah.
But anyhow, when I can finally get there to check them out, I'll be able to finish up on this. But yeah, I've got tons of EPs. Got some more coming in the post, so I'm sure. I'm going to go over there before you go and tell the caretaker to let me in, because I've got an emergency for you, and I'm going to change every single record in there into a white sleeve. So when you go over there, they'll all just be in white sleeves. Yeah. That would. No, I'll tell you what. Company sleeve, picture sleeve, white sleeve, I can live with, but wrong sleeve.
Oh yeah.
I'm mixing them all around. Everyone,
yeah.
I switched them around. Everyone in another wrong sleeve. That would be terrible. White sleeve I can live with because you can, in time, change it. But do that with a wrong sleeve. But when you buy stuff and it says in company sleeve, and you buy an old Tri-Centre Decca single that comes in the blue and white sleeve.
Yeah. Well, it's even worse. It's when the thing that we were talking about very recently about people who use stock photos and sell EPs and singles with a picture cover and send you one, and then you find out they've put in really small writing on their ad that you miss. This is not in a picture cover, and you don't see that, and you buy it, and you get.
There's one dealer on eBay, obviously can't name or anything, but they're a really good dealer because I know deal with them through Discogs. But whenever I find a rare picture sleeve that I want to buy, I watch it, I click on it, and it's always them. And it's always, when you go into the detail, it's always no generic sleeve. We only use stock photos. but they use a stock photo of the most expensive. In fact, they charge the expensive price for a single that's only worth 99.
But it's the old reeling people in, isn't it? You're going to be looking through, you see that picture, you're going to be on there straight away. You might not do that if you were just in a normal sleeve. But,
anyhow,
there's
even more really good dealers on there.
Yeah. My next one is same as my last one. It's Wham and I'm Your Man. But this is another one that came via you and Discogs. And it's the one-sided numbered number 747 DJ promo only, the extended stimulation.
Just think how much better your collection is for my partially sighted, very sharp eyes for spotting a bargain.
Indeed, you've got for a man that's partially sighted and registered disabled, you've got an eagle eye when it comes to spotting records. As I said to you last time, this is the first time I've had a few white label promos. In fact, in the cover behind me, I've got two other ones I got a while ago, and they've just got nothing on the B side. It's just plain. But this has got the I'm Your Man on that side, and you probably won't be able to pick it up in this light. You might be able to, but I don't know if people can see. But there's actually 6 tracks. So I actually played it to see if they were just like joke tracks, like they're just them talking or something. But each track is just nothing. It's just I don't know why they've done that. But one side's got 6 tracks on, one side's got 1 track on, but it's a one-sided promo. Again, nothing else I can say because I said it about last time. I quite like the single. This version is actually quite good. I actually prefer this to the Jerry Wexler mix. But apart from that, nothing else to say. So you're on.
Cool. Okay. Right. So should do a 45 now, I suppose. So this is another change to last time, only because it's in a beautiful original sleeve now after it turned up in a white sleeve, but it's nice and easy.
Oh, right, yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
Westlife.
What? But did they do it? I'm not much of a Westlife.
No, when my daughter was a lot younger, she's in her 30s now and into Paramore and Placebo and everything. But when she was about 8 or 9, she went Westlife, Blue, Avril Lavigne, Nirvana. She sort of stepped up sort of to rock sort of thing. And when she went through a brief Westlife period, they did an album called Let's Be Frank, where they did all Frank Sinatra covers. And Nice and Easy was one of them. The tracks, I didn't hear all of it, but the ones I heard were pretty dire.
That one, I mean, it's an original sleeve. It's not a copy. It's a really nice sleeve I found for it. And it got to number 15 in 1960. It must have been about the time he was leaving them.
Yeah.
Reprised, and a lot of ill feeling was there between them.
I'm not too sure. I've never read about it. I've read a bit about Nancy's recordings on Reprise and Dean Martin's, but I've never read much about the Frank split with Capitol. In fact, now you've said that, I'll have a look at that when we finish the show.
Yeah, I might be right. I seem to recall. I think they stockpiled a lot of stuff, and they were. I don't know. You might have left them by this time, and this was. Because it doesn't sound like a 1960s song. It sounds like something he'd have recorded much earlier.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. And it wasn't long before he was doing Everybody's Twisting on Reprise, which is a marvellous twist single.
Indeed. I mean, it's probably nearly as good as that dreadful AI created one that I found online the other day of him singing Bohemian Rhapsody. That was that didn't even sound like him, to be honest.
Frank's got no excuse for that, but he has got an excuse.
Yeah.
For Everybody's Twisting. But
I mean, it's like everyone jumps on the bandwagon, isn't it? I mean, we talked about this before when something becomes big. I mean, I was watching a documentary about the Monkees on YouTube and about how much it took Peter Tork to buy himself out of the contract and everything, and how the Monkees were solely put together because I can't remember the name of it. Was it Don Kirshner or something?
Was it?
Kirshner, yeah.
He went on, got rid of them, and then created the Archies.
But he saw help inspired that made him think I can do that in America. Put together 4 blokes and make a zany, funny, wacky band and everything. And
well, he started the Brill building.
Did he?
Yes, so he's pretty amazing bloke in
right.
American music.
I mean, but that in fact should be one of our future songs. We choose 5 each or 10 each of our favourite Brill Building songs because there's some amazing stuff coming out of the Brill Building. But
that'd be a good show, yeah.
This was
just carry on before you go in. Just carry on the theme of Frank Sinatra doing stuff. He did when he was getting into folk stuff. He did that LP of Rod McEwen songs.
Oh yeah.
He invited Rod McEwen to a party he was having when he first met him, and they mooted the idea of doing the album. And he said, sort of young, sort of folky guy turning up to this glitzy party with Sinatra, and everybody there was quite an experience. But obviously, Frank also got inspired by Simon and Garfunkel and did that marvellous version of Mrs. Robinson.
Oh yeah. You played that. You played that to me in the car. Yeah. Refresh my memory. I know Rob McEwen obviously really well. I know the name, but I can't think of any songs that he's done.
Seasons in the Sun and stuff like that.
Oh right, yeah.
He did all those sort of songs, and was it I Will Drink the Wine? Is that?
I Will Drink the Wine. Yeah.
Was that it? Viewers, if I totally wrong, just put a message in there. It's all off the top of my head, and it's
whether it's
very...
Rob McEwen or not. Frank definitely did a song called "I Will Drink the Wine," so I'm guessing.
Oh, I know that, but I'm not sure that was actually the Rob McEwen song. But it sounds like a Rob McEwen song.
Well, sticking with the Brill Building and Frank Sinatra, this is done as a sort of a tribute. It's Wham's latest greatest hits. It's the Zoetrope edition, which I will.
Was that written in the Brill Building?
Oh yes, definitely, yeah. As you can see from, as he says, he drops the other album on the floor. Hang on. As you can see.
Which vinyl community person have you learnt that from?
Yeah, we won't say names. There's both sides have got little images all the way around the inside. With Wham, they've done the images of the video of the song, and when you shine your torchlight from your phone onto it, the video plays. The second disc is just a silhouette of George and Andrew, and the picture that was used, I believe, from the Edge of Heaven sessions of George and Andrew. Double album, heavyweight vinyl, picture disc. As I said last time, glad I brought it, because 2 days after I brought it, it sold out, and now you're seeing it pop up on eBay for 80-90 quid, which has made me think, because I got an email yesterday from the Stones' new album, Hackney Diamonds, which is, guess what, coming out as a limited edition 1,000 Zoetrope. And I'm thinking, there's only 1,000 of them. Shall I buy it? Is it going to go out in value? It's the Stones in 2 years' time. Is it going to be going for a couple of $100 quid? It's $29.99 now.
Well, can you get it? Because in fact, that's what you want. You should. But if it's guaranteed only 1,000, how on earth can you make sure you'll get that? Is it going in the lottery or something?
It might be 10,000. I only glanced at the email really quickly. It's probably
1,000. No, very small amount.
It's probably 10,000 or something. But I mean, basically, the one sold out in 3 days, and I'm sure the Stones one will. It's their first album since 2006.
Yeah.
But I won't buy it because I haven't got the money. But if I had the money, it would be one. I don't normally anymore buy. I used to years ago, as you know, buy with the intention of buying to hold on to and sell. But now I'm buy for me, like my collections. But I would probably think about buying Hackney Diamonds with the Zoetrope one, just because I think it will end up being if you saw the latest, well, if anyone, by the way, here in the vinyl community wants to watch a good vinyl community video where he shows his records, Martin Harris is brilliant, and he did an unboxing of his Kylie Minogue albums that he's just brought recently, and he said on there that he missed a couple because one was only available at the pop-up store in Oxford Street, and it's already one day later going on eBay for £100.
Yeah.
And he was saying it's really annoying because he just couldn't get to London to get to Oxford Street to get it. But like he said, maybe one day you'll find it somewhere cheap. But I think someone I know that, I think it's 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks' time, Taylor Swift releasing Taylor's version of 1989, and that was like a massive pop album with Shake It Up and everything. It's got
it's nothing to me, this sort of stuff. You'd never catch me buying. You never find me buying something loads in different coloured vinyl.
Yeah, Martin.
There's no record I would do that for.
Yeah, no. I neither would I. Buying something like
joking. You're meant to get the leads. You're meant to come in and say, there's the one who got all the 5 Generation.
Oh yeah, 5 Generation X singles. Sorry, yeah. No, I was thinking of up to date, like going out like me buying the ABBA album that just come out. But you brought the 5 together on, yeah. But yes, you did buy 5.
And also the black version.
Yeah, well, you've got it. If you buy with the ABBA albums, I've got every colour, 2 picture discs. So I had to buy the black one. You couldn't have the collection with it.
I've got 7 singles by Generation X at the moment, and 6 of them are King Rock. No, I've got 6 singles by them, and 5 of them are King Rocker.
Well, you need 5 of them because it's a great single. You got to wear it out. But Martin unboxed the last Taylor Swift album when it came out. He brought it in all of its permutations. He must have spent about £300. So I'm sure that he's going to do the next one. But I'm sure that 1989 will sell out really fast because it was a really big pop album, and it's got a double album, all the outtakes and extra songs. Yeah. And if there's going to be a Taylor album you're going to buy to invest in, that'll be the one to do. Anyway, who just showed? Me or you? Me, I showed the Zoetrope. It's you.
That's me, is it right? Right, that's it. So I think I've done everything now. I've done 5. Yeah.
You haven't got any cassettes, have you?
No, I haven't. No. So I will. I've got some good singles. So here we go.
Mr. Inman. John Inman, yeah.
John Inman.
And that is a much better picture than the last video we made, because the last time, that's the one I noticed last time, was just a blur. You couldn't see anything, but I can actually read his name, so yeah, it's perfect. Cool. And I can see his picture as well. Yeah. And you got it the right way up this time as well.
Yeah. It's always good, but it's I just love these DJM promos. I spotted a couple on eBay. I'm going to. They're buying.
Can you hold it up again a minute?
What?
Can you hold it up again a minute?
Yeah.
That's my glasses, because it doesn't look. It looks like it's white to me.
No, it's yellow.
I know it's yellow because I've got one with Dennis Ortman, but it's nothing. It must be the light in here and the light in your place that makes it look.
You know what I think we both need?
What?
Sunglasses.
Oh yeah, sunglasses.
When we do another show, perhaps we should wear some sunglasses in it.
I think that might be a good idea. I think I'll make some inquiries about that.
Yeah. Okay. It's just a comment. Just a comment. But it's a promo. Cover's a bit tatty, but I'm not gonna be taking it out. Oh dear, I'm holding it like.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Try my best. It looks mint. The vinyl looks mint.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised?
Why is the cover so bad?
Because those DJM promo covers, they're really thin paper.
Are they?
Well, I thought they were thinner than the normal sleeve. Maybe I'm wrong.
My Elton John one and me Dennis Waterman ones are pretty good, but they're nearly mint. But anyway, that's a.
What was the Johnny
no, he's got nowhere in the chart, and it was. Did I say it's 19? What year did I say this was? 76. It must be 76 because these only came out sort of 75, 76.
What one? What's it called?
A Tiny Seed of Love. That's called.
I'm sitting here now. I just froze with my mouth open for a second because I was going to make a really inappropriate joke about John Inman on Are You Being Served, but I'm not going to because that would be
good. Because I'd have to insist that was cut.
Yeah. Right.
At the moment, we're going pretty good. I don't think there's much cutting needed to be.
No, we're doing all right. No, don't say that because we'll kick the stand over or something.
Touching wood. There we go.
My next one is ABBA's Greatest Hits, which came out in 1976. Did a 30th anniversary, obviously, in 2006. And it was done in America, Asia and Europe. And Europe was meant to cover England, but I never saw it when it came out over here. But maybe I just missed it. But that year, they'd got an award for being the biggest selling greatest hits in Sweden or something or other, and some bloke did a painting of them where they're sort of like dressed as monsters at something like I don't know what it's out of. It's like something out of what's that thing Johnny Depp was in, Edward Scissorhands or something, but they liked it so much they used it as the front cover. And what I particularly liked about it is that they used the interior, which is the original cover to the UK Greatest Hits album. It's basically covering their hits from their first one, which was, what was it, Ring Ring, well not hits, but singles, Ring Ring through to Fernando. It probably, if I'm going to pick a favourite period of ABBA, because it reminds me of when I was sort of 18, 19, the Mean Machine, Delver, everything, this would be it, like SOS, Mamma Mia and everything. But I do actually prefer some of ABBA's later songs, but I do like this one because I just like the quirkiness of the cover, and I like the fact that it's on the repo polar sleeve on the actual CD. I just like little things like that when they get trouble to actually make things, do things like that. But that's ABBA's Greatest Hits 30th anniversary. There is a 30th anniversary of, I didn't realise till 2 days ago, of ABBA Gold, which is the only difference is from the normal ABBA Gold is they put it in a like a foil gold slipcase, which I'm thinking to myself, am I taking it too far by buying that? Because that is really just me buying exactly the same CD. When you get it out, it's exactly the same CD, exactly the same black cover, just to get the foil slipcase. But if I've got everything else, you get to that point where you've got everything else and you think, well, if I've got everything else, I might as well get that. But I'm not buying it for stupid money at the moment. It's like 40 quid on there. I'm not buying it for that. But anyway, what's your next one?
Yeah, my next one is EP. It's another great sleeve, and it's Millie and her boyfriends.
Oh, great one, yeah.
Very, very rare. It's on Island, the old Island.
Oh, yeah.
Looks in beautiful condition. This taking. Well, ever since I found out of its existence and that it actually entered a chart somewhere, which meant I have to get it. It made the Music Echo chart in 1965 and got to number 15, I think. I haven't got my notes here, but it's something like this. It's got in the.
I think it's just got a really cool cover.
Yeah, it's great. But I haven't even played it yet, and I can't find any of the tracks on YouTube or Spotify or sort of anything.
Is Millie the one that
my boy?
But there was someone. I know it's Mary Wells. When they re-released My Guy, they couldn't find her. She just disappeared. But I was thinking Mary Wells. Sorry. Millie's, she's dead, isn't she, Millie?
Oh, she died quite a while ago. She wasn't that old, was she?
No, I was going to say, I remember she died young, but I can remember.
Millie Small.
Yeah.
Was her name. But It's just a brilliant sleeve and stuff. So
my next
pride
one's,
of my EP collection. That
my next one's a switch, because last time I showed yet another ABBA repressing, so I thought I'd switch it for this one because I brought it a little while ago. But it's the Velvet Underground and Nico, with the Velvet Underground and Nico on cassette, which I just tossed back into the drawer the other day, and then you sent me a message saying, "Do you realise that's worth 50 quid?" And I said, "Oh, right." So I immediately untossed it out the drawer. I've got a drawer full of cassettes that when I see them in charity shops, if they're by anyone well known and they're cheap, like 50p or a pound, I buy them because it's quirky. This is on the paper red Polydor sleeve, and has such tracks as "I'm Waiting for the Man," "Femme Fatale," "Venus in Furs," "Heroin."
classics. I mean, that's really the classic.
Sunday Morning. This is the album that Bowie used to go on and on about. He was a massive Lou Reed fan, and this is the album that encouraged him to bring Lou over and do Transformer. I must admit, apart from "I'm Waiting for the Man," I haven't heard any track on this for years. I remember hearing "Heroin" and that years ago, and
you will know "Venus in Furs" the moment you hear it.
But what is nice
moment it starts, you'll know it.
What is nice about this is I've got a couple of Bowie cassettes on RTA, orange RCA paper labels, and the paper over the years gets discoloured and gets a bit starts peeling up at the edge. But this one's in quite good nick. It's doesn't look like, and the tape looks like it's in quite good nick. I just don't think it's been played very much. Someone brought it and obviously didn't like it, and it ended up in a charity shop, and then it ended up in my collection. And I just thought it was another thing that's worth about 50p. But you corrected me on that.
So you have to check it out and make sure it is the 1971 release. But everything
it's got 71 written up, but you don't know, do you, until you check it out. Anyway, so that was my one and only cassette.
You posted it on Instagram, and my jaw dropped when I saw it. I thought, where the hell, Harry, get that from?
I was rummaging through my cassette drawer, thinking I haven't ever posted a cassette on Instagram, so I posted a Paul
Next
McCartney.
thing you'll be posting some 8-track Beatles albums.
If I could find it, one of the last things Amy brought me before she went we went our separate ways was she picked up for £2 an 8-track cartridge of Station to Station by Bowie. But I don't know where it is. I know I haven't sold it because I kept it because it was an Odyssey, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah, nice.
But
any reel-to-reel tapes?
I managed to get into that chest that's next to me here because I've now got rid of all the stuff that was on top of it.
Yeah, you've got a whole run of Beatles reel-to-reels.
There's a load of reel-to-reels in there, but they're not marked what's on them apart from one of them, which is supposedly, I think it's a Thank Your Lucky Stars or a Sunday Night at the London Palladium or something, one of those ones. But the rest of them are marked what's on them. But since I haven't got a whole load of them came into the shop when I managed the charity shop, and they ended up here home with me, but I haven't got a real.
Well, if you've got that on there, it might have some top of the popsies then.
You never know.
Ones.
I'm just going to get hold of a real player to play them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was it. I've got one more.
We're talking a lot more from the Ghost episode, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see. I think we're on. Yeah, we're up to nearly an hour, 54 minutes.
Yeah.
The Ghost episode was about 28 minutes.
Right. Is it me?
You should have two. I've got one.
I've got 3.
Or I've either. Okay. I'll grab a. You keep going. It's your go. So start talking. I'll grab another single.
Okay. Right. My next one is a 78. It's the Ted Heath band, and it's a Dragnet, the theme from the TV series. It's 1953, and I think it made the top 10, got to number 9. I'm sure it's a jolly good version. I need a few more of Ted's hits, the Faithful Hussar and stuff like that I still need, but this is a nice one on the Decca label from my haul the other day, and it's very nice. And now I've been watching all these podcasts on YouTube by 78 collectors. I've now got a few ideas on how to clean them.
All right, yeah.
Stuff like that. How best.
The video that you sent me today, I watched that. The guy talking about his 78s, and he was. Was it that video? Or was it one that I was watching? Did the one you sent me have a bloke? Did he have the spaghetti western one where he couldn't decide whether it was the original was Hugo Montenegro or Enrico Marioni? Or was I might think of another video?
No, that was the guy from the Midlands.
Oh right, yeah.
Was it the English guy? The guy doing 78s is Canadian.
Right. Oh right. So the one that I just grabbed out is I have a pile of records over there that weren't brought recently, but were brought within the last. You started, remember? So if you had 2, I'd have 3. Oh, in that case, I've got 1 to go. But then how many have you got?
1 to go. I know I've got 2 to go.
Yeah. So I have a pile of singles over there that I brought from the charity shop, literally just before I left. And this was one of them. This is I know that you've got this one. Oh, what a shame, Roy Wood in the picture too. And I've just dropped the record and the iPad. So that was really good. You're
really making a go for it, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm going to have to re-record that.
Be the worst record handler on YouTube.
I can either keep that in, can be the worst record handler on YouTube, including the iPad falling over. Yeah. Or I can cut it. I'll see how bad it looks when the iPad falls over. Yeah. This is Oh, What a Shame by Roy Wood with a nice little cartoon.
Where have you moved? The same. That's brilliant.
Sorry.
Cool. That's all right.
Here we go. Oh, What a Shame, Roy Wood, cartoon cover, lyrics on the back, and I actually really like this single. Out of his solo singles, I thought this was probably. Do I like this one better than the other one? What's the other one? It was Oh, What a Shame, and
I'm Going Down the Road.
We're on the road again, but I didn't mind that.
No, Going Down the Road, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that was that Wizard one. Well, that might have been him. But I was talking to
Deary Lane.
I'm talking about later, around the time of this.
I thought you were talking about Roy Wood. I was just telling you.
Oh no, I'm talking about Roy Wood. But this one's Roy Wood, 1975, and it was 70. I was going out of Delver, and this came out, and the other one came out as when I was going out of Delver, so it must have come out in 75 or 76. And I can't remember what it's called, but those are my 2 sort of favourite Roy Wood solo singles. It's coming from a charity shop. It's in excellent condition. There's not a mark on the...
Forever?
Forever. Forever, that was it, yeah. Not a mark on the label, not a mark on the vinyl. Well, there wasn't until I dropped it 5 minutes ago. And only very slight ring wear on the cover. It's actually very good condition. So now that I've added my bonus one, what's your second to last?
My second to last one here is, if I put it up the right way, I think that's the right way.
Yeah, that's the right way. Yeah.
Can You Feel the Force? Been very careful with this, and it's on translucent yellow.
Yeah.
1979. Don't think it made the top 10. I think it was about another one about number 15 or something. It's my favourite.
I believe
my favourite single by him.
I believe we made the dummy show that wasn't meant to be a dummy show. You looked it up. I think you said it was their last top 10 single, got to number 9, or I might be remembering wrong.
Well, they might have had one. Oh yeah, got number 5, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's got number 5. Yeah. But it's 1979.
I 79. That's where I got the 9 from you.
I did buy a bundle of their singles. I had a couple of later ones, which I imagine might have just been down the lower edges of the charts. But that's definitely their last top 10 hit. I know one of them's dead, or 2 of them's dead, but I know isn't one of them now a champion dog breeder at Crufts or something? No idea.
I'm sure I saw a thing on the news where this bloke had run Crufts and they were saying ex-pop star from Real Thing wins Crufts and everything. But so it's a bit of a change of career, but I suppose when the hits dry up, you've got to do something.
Yeah.
Right, let's go. And this is my last one, another one that Marcus got me off Discogs. It's the promo to Money, Money, Money by ABBA in the company sleeve. Here we have a visit from your friend Doyle. Release date was...
Maybe a dangerous visit.
Yeah. 12th of November 1976. And I remember this playing when we were in the studio with Wham and that young lady recording our demos, and this came over on the radio. But that's my only memory of this in the Mean Machine. There's not a lot to say about it. Massive hit single. I can't remember if it got to number 1. Probably did all of their singles around that time.
Was that our early encounter with Motorhead?
It is indeed, yeah. Where Lemmy said a rude word about a tape recorder we had possession of. Well, he said...
I think it's more for music.
Music, yeah, I was going to say... He looked at the set player and said, what a load of shit. And that's just YouTube, we can say shit. What a load of shit. Yeah, I thought he was talking about the tape recorder when he said, what a load of crap. But he probably was talking about the music. Yeah. Because when you consider the volume of the music that's coming out of his recording studio or rehearsal studio and what was coming out of ours, there was a wee bit of difference. What was that? Wasn't the one we did My Generation and All Right Now, was it?
It was. We did All Right Now. Yeah. Yeah.
No wonder he said.
With the echo on the drums.
And no wonder after hearing our version of All Right Now, he said, "What a load of crap." I mean, when you consider how good Lou was that time when he did the drumming for us, compared to
that was amazing, weren't it? Yeah.
Anyway, that was it. That was my 10th number 1. That was my 10th one. There was going to be a Linda Lewis in there, but she's fallen by the wayside. She can be next time. So, what's your last one?
Yeah. How dare you say that? Never fall by the wayside, mate.
She's been saved. I'll wave her up in the air to show people.
Yeah.
She's been saved.
Yeah, use the right reverence there, mate. Right, I've got one artist LP, but two LPs. First one is Aretha Franklin, from 1965 on CBS with an amazing sleeve.
That is an amazing sleeve. Yeah.
I've never seen an Aretha Franklin sleeve like that. It doesn't look like Aretha Franklin. Not really into the actual album. It's a bit jazzy. Still great vocals, but I think it's the one you've got to play a few times.
Yeah.
You get like it because her voice is so good. But the other one is Aretha Drives. This one, and that pertains to her moving to Atlantic from Columbia, actually. In America, she was signed to Columbia, but there was some deal, I suppose, with CBS for them to issue her albums in the UK, which did absolutely zilch. Didn't do anything. None of them hit the charts or sort of anything. But her career in the UK really kicked off with this one. This made the album charts.
Is that the one with Satisfaction on it?
No. Yeah, oh, it is, I think. First track, Satisfaction.
That's a brilliant version. That the horns, when we did the deep dive into Satisfaction.
What you think Keith Richard was thinking about, because he was outvoted, wasn't he?
When we did that deep dive into the song, he wanted the horns and the rest of the band.
And they really do work. I mean, even the Supremes version, that's got the horns in it, and it works.
But saying that, you couldn't imagine the Stones one with horns now. That fuzzy guitar. Yeah, it's sort of. Were the Stones using that? They were, weren't they? They did things like Lady Jane. I was going to say, I know the Beatles were using orchestral arrangements around that time. I didn't know if the Stones were, but they were, yeah. Right, so that brings us...
sorry. So there's a couple of other good tracks on here, but I can't read them properly at the moment. But this is really sounding like the real Aretha.
Yeah.
Really bluesy and stuff. And the next 2 or 3 albums are a real high point for her, doing that sort of stuff. You know, got Respect on the next album, and she's got I Say a little Prayer. They're all coming up in the next 2 to 3 albums.
I take it you're going to be getting all of those.
Ship of Fools, is that one of hers?
I don't know. I think so, but I'm not sure. But you said you were going to collect not all of her stuff, but cherry pick, if you like, the good stuff.
No, I'd want to get her very first album. I see there's Aretha Sings Faith or something like that, and that's the 1956 recording of her in the church, which is amazing because she's only 14, and this amazing voice is not anything I particularly like, although I do like gospel music and it's quite uplifting, and she's got a great voice. I'd like to get that. So I really think, in honesty, it's going to be those 4 Atlantic albums from this one. Yeah. So probably got 3 more to get. Lady Soul is a good one to get. But that's it from me.
Small mortgage, are they reasonable?
No, these were both reasonable. Both under a tenner.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, what am I talking about? One of them was not under a tenner. Definitely not under a tenner.
All right.
But it was. It's a one.
Brilliant people sitting watching this saying.
The pictures. The pictures leave. It was not £10. There you go.
That is our 10 singles, and we will be doing it again soon. Maybe in a couple of weeks' time, we'll either we've got a record fair, not next Saturday, the Saturday after in Twickenham. So maybe after we've been to the record fair.
Yeah, but we'll try to post some film of the record fair as well. We tried to do it last time, but failed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I very rarely buy more than 1 or 2 things, but you brought quite a few of the last one, so. I'm going to buy a few off eBay when I get some money. There's a couple I've got my eye on. My Mind's Eye by the Small Faces, and
I've got enough coming through the post to make another show.
I'm looking at 2 copies of Ogden's. One's an original, and it's at 16 at the moment, and that's going to go through the roof. And one's the 1980 issue, which is they're selling it as bite now for 23. So I'll see how much the other one goes for. And I might end up buying the 1980 pressing because I can't see an original copy of Ogden's going for much less than 50, and I haven't got that sort of money at the moment.
Is it right before we go that I hear that the what's the name of this site? Solid
Sounds Music and TV.
Is that the we're being upgraded, and that we should be seeing massive improvements shortly?
Well, our YouTube, our Instagram channel, which is Solid Sounds Music, just Solid Sounds Music, has now been upgraded to creator/influencer. When we're working on the YouTube.
So I've actually talked about hardware for providing.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I thought you were talking about the actual. Okay, no, that is going to be upgraded tomorrow or Tuesday. Yes. So there should be some massive improvements in the quality of recordings. It's not going to do anything to make us look any prettier, but oh
well, you never know. We wear those sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
That'd be good.
That is a nice little segue talking about Instagram anyway, because I was going to say, please look us up on Instagram. It's just Solid Sounds Music and follow us. We post records every day on that. We're starting a TikTok this week, hopefully, where we'll obviously be doing, when we get the sunglasses on, doing our Blues Brothers dancing in the street. And on here, like, follow, subscribe, click the bell icon and share, because if you click the bell icon and share, we get up in the algorithm and we can make more videos. And that's if you want more videos. And until the next time, we haven't actually planned the next show. We keep talking about this Beatles one, but we haven't actually done any behind the scenes work on it yet. So if we actually want to get one out next week, it probably won't be the Beatles, but we'll think of something. Something always presents itself. We'll come up with an idea. Maybe what we were talking about earlier, the Brill Building. Maybe we'll do a Brill Building a video or something. But we'll do something within the next 6-7 days. And until then, keep collecting. And I was going to try, because I've been watching every Saturday and Sunday, I've been taping the reruns of When the Boat Comes In. And I was going to try and call you Canny Lad at one point. I was going to say, I Canny Lad. That's what I forgot. So I'll try that next time. In fact, I'm distraught because they're only showing.
Back there, is that a fishy in a little dishy?
Yeah, but that's in a little dishy. But they just today's one I watched tonight was the last one in season 2, when our hero Jack, James Bonham, gets caught he does a bit of skullduggery and blows up an old mansion, and he gets caught in the mine underneath it. It all collapses on top of him.
Yeah,
but
he still went on for a long career in the police force.
He did.
Came back as a retired copper to clear up all those
70 or 80 years later. But they haven't got season 3 on there. I'm not going to know if Jack survived. I'm going to have to look it up online. I'm distraught. But anyway, on that, goodbye, and we'll see you next time. Why lad? Yeah. In fact, we were looking for a catchphrase. Yeah, the bloke who does the ABBA videos that I watch, he always says, hey, hey, hey. And Martin says ahoy there. So here we go. Why lad? Anyway.
That would go down well in the North East from a couple of Southerners doing that. Yeah.
Well, I can just put down that I'm a big fan of Spender. When the Boat Comes In, what else comes in?
I have to admit, I've had some great times in Newcastle.
I'll be the same pet. I love a bit of love.
So it's nothing. Then what's the other half? Friends in the North.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Which we had a James Bond and a Doctor Who.
Yeah, and, at the time, and still is one of my favourite BBC serials. That is, and of course, Jimmy Hill. I did actually. I am that person that brought Ain't No Doubt. So we've got a strong connection with the northeast. Keep saying north, I'm going to get shot. Anyway, we're rabbiting now. We're now waffling. Goodbye, and we will see you next video. Take care.